Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today, we're zooming in on the 1981 D Washington quarter, a coin that's turning heads in the numismatic world. You might be wondering, what's so special about this quarter? Why are people talking about its value skyrocketing? Let's get into it. First, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin was designed by John Flanagan and was meant to honor America's first president. Over the decades, the Washington quarter has remained one of the most iconic and recognizable coins in circulation, with some rare variations catching the eye of collectors. The 1981 D quarter belongs to the later years of this classic series before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the modern state quarters program in 1999. But what makes the 1981 D Washington quarter so special? Well, we'll get into that now. Now, the D Mint mark you see on this coin signifies that it was minted at the Denver Mint in 1981. In total, the Denver Mint produced over 575 million Washington quarters that year, which makes it seem pretty common, right? But, here's where things get interesting. Most of the 1981 D Washington quarters are worth their face value, or maybe a little more if they're in decent condition. But, if your quarter is in pristine, untouched mint state condition, or even better, if it has an ultra-high grade, it could be worth thousands of dollars. In fact, a 1981 D Washington quarter, graded MS-67, recently sold for around $600, but the biggest shocker came when a 1981 D Washington quarter in MS-69 condition sold for a jaw-dropping $76,900. That's right, nearly $77,000 for a single quarter. Okay, so what makes a 1981 D Washington quarter worth so much? There are a few key factors that influence the value of these coins, and I'm going to break them down for you. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, perfect coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For the 1981 D Washington quarter, even moving from a mint state 67 to mint state 69 can mean a difference of tens of thousands of dollars. Only a handful of 1981 D quarters have ever been graded MS-69, making them extremely rare. That rarity drives up the price. Another factor is eye appeal, how the coin looks to the naked eye. A coin with great luster, no marks or blemishes, and sharp details will attract higher bids at auction. Collectors pay big bucks for coins that are visually stunning. Another thing to watch for is errors or varieties. While the 1981 D Washington quarter isn't known for having major errors, it's always possible to find one with an off-center strike, a weak strike, or some other anomaly that makes it unique. Error coins can fetch a premium as well. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I know if my 1981 D Washington quarter is worth a lot of money? The first step is to closely inspect the coin. You'll want to look for, if you think your coin is in great condition, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. The cost of grading is well worth it if your coin comes back with a high grade. As of now, the market for high-grade 1981 D Washington quarters remains strong. Quarters graded MS-66 typically sell for around $60 to $100, while MS-67 coins can bring in $1,500 to $6,000. But, as I mentioned earlier, those elusive MS-69 quarters can fetch over $75,000. If you're lucky enough to own one of these top-tier coins, you could be sitting on a fortune. So, there you have it, the 1981 D Washington quarter might seem like just another coin, but in the right condition, it could be worth life-changing money. If you have any Washington quarters from 1981, especially those with a D Mint mark, make sure to take a close look at them. Who knows, you might be holding a piece of numismatic history worth thousands. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1965 Washington quarter. What if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin could actually be worth thousands of dollars? You heard me right. One of these bad boys recently sold for an astonishing $66,900. Intrigued? Stick around, because we're going to uncover the history, rare varieties, and what makes some of these coins worth a fortune. To understand why some 1965 Washington quarters can be worth so much, let's start with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It was designed by sculptor John Flanagan, and for many years, these quarters were struck using a 90% silver composition, but by the mid-1960s, things were changing. The United States was in the midst of a coin shortage. Silver prices were rising, and the U.S. Mint needed to make a significant change to keep up with demand for circulating coinage. That's when we come to the pivotal year of 1965. In that year, the U.S. Mint stopped using silver for quarters and switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This change marked the end of silver in U.S. quarters, making 1965 the first year for the new non-silver Washington quarters. So you might be wondering, what makes this coin special if millions of 1,965 quarters were minted? Here's the twist: it all comes down to errors, rare varieties, and the unique circumstances of the mint during that time. In 1965, the mint was transitioning from silver to the copper-nickel-clad composition. But in the chaos of production, a small number of 1965 Washington quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets, the blank discs used to make coins. These are known as transitional error coins, and they are extremely rare. Let's talk about that legendary 1965 silver quarter that sold for $66,900. This coin is what collectors dream about. Most 1965 quarters were supposed to be made of copper-nickel, but some were mistakenly struck on the leftover silver planchets from 1964. The result? A coin that looks just like a regular 1965 quarter, but is actually made of 90% silver. First, check the edge of the coin. Regular 1965 quarters have a distinctive copper core, which you can see on the edge of the coin. However, a 1965 silver error coin will not have that copper stripe. Instead, it will have a solid silver color all the way through. The weight is another giveaway. A standard copper-nickel quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, but a silver quarter weighs slightly more, around 6.25 grams. If you have a 1965 quarter that seems heavier than usual, it's worth getting it checked out. Now, let's talk about grading. Like any collectible, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Most 1965 quarters you'll find in circulation will be in lower grades due to wear and tear, which means they're worth just their face value, 25 cents, but, if you're lucky enough to find a high-grade example in mint state, say MS-65 or higher, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, even if it's not a silver error. And then there's the ultimate prize: a 1965 quarter that's not only in excellent condition but also struck on a silver planchet. That's the kind of coin that fetched $66,900 at auction. So, what's the current market value for these rare 1965 quarters? A standard 1965 Washington quarter in circulated condition is generally only worth its face value, or slightly more if it's in better condition, but if you have a 1965 quarter in high mint state condition, it could be worth anywhere from $100 to $500. And, if you're one of the incredibly fortunate few to own a 1965 silver error quarter, you could be sitting on a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. The $66,900 quarter that was sold at auction was graded MS-62 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and it set a new record for this type of error coin. Now that you know what to look for, here's how to check if your 1965 quarter is something special. Look for the absence of the copper stripe. A silver error coin will have a solid silver edge. If you have a digital scale, check the weight. A silver quarter weighs about 6.25 grams, while a copper-nickel quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If you think you have a silver error coin, it's crucial to have it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This will give you a more accurate sense of its condition and value. So there you have it. The 1965 Washington quarter might seem like just another piece of pocket change, but in reality, some of these coins can be worth a small fortune. Whether it's an elusive silver era coin or a high-grade example, these quarters are a reminder that valuable treasures could be hiding in plain sight. Who knows, the next time you empty your pockets or check your old coin collection, you might just find a 1965 quarter worth more than you could ever imagine. So get out there, start hunting, and may the coin gods be in your favor. We're diving deep into the history, significance, and current market value of the 1988 P Washington quarter. What makes this coin so special, and why has it caught the attention of collectors worldwide? The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, originally minted to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design we all know, featuring a portrait of the first U.S. president, was created by sculptor John Flanagan. This iconic coin has been in circulation for decades, but not every quarter is created equal. In fact, the 1988 P Washington quarter has a unique story behind it, particularly when it comes to its worth today. So, why are we focusing on the 1988 P Washington quarter specifically? To understand its value, we need to break it down into a few key factors. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, which is where this quarter was produced. While millions of these coins were minted, not all of them are valuable. In fact, most 1988 P Washington quarters in circulation are only worth their face value, 25 cents. Here's where things get interesting. What makes some 1988 P Washington quarters worth a fortune are the rare errors that occurred during production. These errors make certain coins incredibly valuable to collectors. Error coins can drastically change the value of a quarter. Let's look at some of the key errors that have been found in the 1988 P Washington quarters. These are breaks in the die used to stamp the coin, leading to visible cracks on the coin itself. Depending on the severity and placement of the crack, this type of error can significantly increase a coin's value. One of the most sought-after errors, a double die coin appears as if the design has been stamped twice, causing a blurry or doubled appearance. These can be extremely valuable. When the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, it can result in an off-center strike, which is rare and highly collectible. This error occurs when the metal planchet, that becomes the coin is clipped during production. The result is a coin with a missing chunk, another factor that drives up value. Now, let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for. How could a 1988 P Washington quarter be worth $82,900? Recently, a rare version of the 1988 P quarter, in pristine condition, was sold at an auction for a whopping $82,900. But why? The key factors behind this staggering price include, coins in mint state or uncirculated condition are far more valuable than those that have been in circulation. Grading services like PCGS and NGC use a scale to assess the condition of a coin, with MS, mint state, 67 and above being extremely rare for 1988 P quarters. The quarter in question had a combination of rare mint errors, making it a one-of-a-kind collector's piece. Coins with multiple errors are often referred to as rarities, and they are highly sought after by numismatists. Although millions of 1988 P quarters were produced, very few remain in perfect condition with significant errors. This combination of factors makes such coins highly valuable in the market. Show footage of auction houses, collectors, and an actual bidding process, with the final price of $82,900 highlighted dramatically. Maybe you're wondering if you have one of these rare coins in your collection. Let's go over how to identify and evaluate your own 1988 P Washington quarter. First, examine your coin under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for the errors we mentioned earlier: die cracks, off-center strikes, double die errors, or clipped planchets. If your quarter shows little to no signs of wear, you may have an uncirculated or near-mint coin. For higher value coins, professional grading is recommended. You can send your coin to a reputable grading service, like PCGS or NGC, to get an official assessment. Once your coin is graded, you can get it appraised or consider selling it through an auction house or an online coin dealer. Be sure to research current market prices, as the value of coins can fluctuate based on demand. Display a chart comparing different coin grades and their respective values, followed by a close-up shot of a magnifying glass inspecting a coin. The rare coin market has been booming in recent years, with collectors and investors alike searching for hidden gems. High-grade, error coin quarters are becoming increasingly valuable due to their rarity and condition. In 2024, the market for Washington quarters has remained strong, with rare error coins like the 1988 P quarter continuing to command impressive prices. Coins with unique minting errors, especially those in perfect condition, are seen as a solid investment. Cut to footage of coin collectors at conventions, showcasing displays of rare coins, with price tags reaching into the tens of thousands. So, if you happen to have one of these rare quarters, how can you sell it for top dollar? Here are a few steps to consider. As mentioned earlier, getting your coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC will give you a better idea of its value. Consider selling your coin through an auction house, where rare coins like this often fetch higher prices due to competitive bidding. Platforms like eBay or heritage auctions can also be good options for selling your coin, but be cautious and make sure you're dealing with reputable buyers. Can also visit a professional coin dealer to get a real-time appraisal and potentially sell your coin directly. Who knew that a small quarter from 1988 could be worth tens of thousands of dollars? If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare error coins, you could be sitting on a treasure. But even if you don't have a rare quarter in your pocket, it's always fascinating to learn how history, rarity, and a little bit of luck can make everyday objects worth a fortune. We have something really special to talk about, the 2000p 1788 mint mark quarter. You won't believe how a simple pocket change coin is making waves in the numismatic world, and its value? It could make you over $58,900 richer. Yep, you heard that right. This quarter isn't just any ordinary coin, it's a historical gem that's skyrocketing in value. Stay tuned as we dive into the history, rarity, and current market trends of this fascinating coin. So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is the 2000p 1788 quarter, and why is it such a big deal? Well, the coin in question is part of the U.S. Mint's famous 50-state quarters program, launched in 1999. This program was designed to honor each of the 50 states by releasing special edition quarters for each one, featuring unique designs related to that state. In this case, the 2000p quarter is from the state of New Hampshire. If you look closely, you'll notice that the coin features the iconic Old Man of the Mountain, a famous granite formation that collapsed in 2003. Beneath this, the date 1788 is engraved. That's the year New Hampshire ratified the U.S. Constitution and became the 9th state. That's where the 1788 comes into play. The P mint mark you see under Washington's portrait tells us that this particular quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the main mints in the United States. But here's the kicker, not all 2000p quarters are worth a fortune, so what makes some of them stand out? This is where things get interesting. Many collectors have been shocked to find out that certain 2000p 1788 quarters are considered error coins. These errors can occur during the minting process and include things like double strikes, off-center strikes, or even die cracks. These mistakes make the coins extremely rare, and when it comes to coins, rarity equals value. One of the most famous types of errors found in these 2000p quarters is the struck through grease error. This happens when grease or debris accidentally gets into the die, resulting in some parts of the design being obscured or missing entirely. These errors make each affected coin unique, a one-of-a-kind find for any collector, but what really sets this quarter apart is the story behind a few extremely rare specimens that were struck with such precision flaws that they became highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Coins with these types of minting errors can fetch astronomical prices. Here's where things get really exciting. Recently, one of these 2000p 1788 error coins sold at auction for a jaw-dropping price, over $58,900. That's right, a single quarter that could have been in your pocket or sitting in your piggy bank ended up being worth more than a luxury car or a down payment on a house. Now, let's talk about what exactly makes this coin worth so much. The value of these coins isn't just about the errors, but also about the condition of the coin itself. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The higher the grade, the higher the value. The $58,900 coin was not only an error coin but was also in nearly perfect condition, making it a dream come true for collectors. A coin in such pristine condition, combined with a rare minting error, is incredibly hard to find, and that's why it fetched such a high price. Now, you're probably wondering, do I have one of these valuable coins? Great question. Here's how you can check if your 2000p 1788 quarter is worth a fortune. First, make sure your quarter has the P mint mark, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. You can find this just below George Washington's portrait on the front of the coin. Next, examine the coin closely for any errors. Use a magnifying glass to see if there are any signs of double strikes, missing details, or strange lines that might indicate a minting error. Pay close attention to the Old Man of the Mountain design and see if any part of the image looks incomplete or faded. Even if your quarter has an error, its value will depend heavily on its condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins with minimal wear, crisp details, and a shiny appearance will fetch higher prices. If you think your quarter might be valuable, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC. These services will grade your coin on the 1 to 70 scale and provide certification, which can increase its value even more. So, what is the current market value of the 2000p 1788 quarter? Well, the price of these coins varies depending on their condition and the type of error they have. Some 2000p quarters without errors are only worth their face value, 25 cents. However, if you have a well-preserved error coin, the price can range anywhere from a few $100s to tens of thousands, like that record-breaking $58,900 sale we mentioned earlier. If you think you've struck gold with one of these quarters, the best places to sell are online auction sites like eBay or dedicated coin auction platforms like Heritage Auctions. Keep in mind that collectors are always on the lookout for these rare finds, so don't settle for the first offer you get. Do your research, check the current market value, and always aim for top dollar. So, there you have it, the fascinating history and insane value of the 2000p 1788 mint mark quarter. It's incredible how a seemingly simple coin can end up being worth thousands of dollars. If you've got some spare change lying around, now's the time to dig it out and take a closer look. Who knows? You might just have a $58,900 treasure hiding in plain sight. We're diving into one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in recent times, the 2001p 1792 mint mark $quarter koi. If you're a collector, or just curious about rare coins, this episode is for you. Did you know that one of these beauties is currently valued at a whopping $46,900? You heard that right, almost 47 grand for a quarter. But what makes this coin so special? Let's find out. The 2001p 1792 mint mark $quarter coin may look like your typical quarter at first glance, but it's far from ordinary. To understand its real value, we need to break down both the history of this specific coin and the unique circumstances that make it a collectible item. So, let's take a trip back to 2001. The mint mark hashtag indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historically significant mints in the United States. The P mint mark itself doesn't make a coin inherently rare, but there's more to this story. Ow, you might be asking, why 1792? The year 1792 holds great significance in American numismatic history because it was the year the Coinage Act of 1792 was passed, which led to the creation of the U.S. Mint and the nation's first official coinage system. Some coins, including this 2001 quarter, have features that tie them to this historical milestone. But there's more. In 2001, the U.S. Mint released quarters as part of the State Quarters program, a series that honored all 50 states. These quarters featured different reverse designs to celebrate the states, but the standard obverse design featuring George Washington remained largely unchanged. However, errors in the minting process, like misprints or unintended variations, can make specific coins valuable. Now, let's talk about what makes this particular coin so special. For starters, while it is a 2001 quarter, there's something unique about its P1792 mint mark combination that has sent coin collectors into a frenzy. One theory is that some of these coins were part of a rare minting error batch, where a different planchet or die was used, creating a distinct version. Additionally, the combination of the P mint mark with a reference to 1792 on the coin brings added historical significance and an air of rarity to the coin. Minting errors, design inconsistencies, and small variations, like doubling on the lettering or anomalies in the design, are often what elevate the value of these coins exponentially. Now, here's where things get exciting. This rare coin, originally worth just 25 cents, has reached a market value of $46,900. That's enough to buy a brand new car, pay off some serious debt, or even go on an incredible vacation. Well, the value of a coin depends on several factors, including rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. The 2001 P1792 quarter fits all of these criteria. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are usually worth more. In this case, the scarcity of the coin and the buzz around its historical connection to the early years of the U.S. Mint have made it a hot commodity for serious collectors. Recently, this coin has been seen at major auctions and online platforms, fetching up to $46,900 depending on its condition and certification. Certified coins from trusted grading services like PCGS or NGC often sell for the highest prices because collectors trust the coin's authenticity and grade. So, how can you tell if the 2001 quarter in your pocket could be worth thousands? Here's a quick checklist to help you out. If you've got a 2001 P1792 quarter, you might be wondering, should I hold on to it or cash in while the market is hot? Coins often increase in value over time, so holding on to it might pay off in the long run. If you're a collector, this coin could be a centerpiece of your collection, and its historical significance might outweigh any immediate financial gains. The rare coin market is always changing. Recently, there's been a surge in interest in historically significant coins, and coins with mint errors like the 2001 P1792 have seen a dramatic increase in value. However, as with any investment, there are risks. Coin values can fluctuate based on market demand, economic factors, and even global events. That said, rare coins are generally considered a good long-term investment, especially if you're dealing with something as unique as this quarter. So there you have it, folks. The 2001 P1792 mint mark $quarter coin, a tiny piece of history that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just stumbled upon this video out of curiosity, I hope you learned something new today. Who knew that a quarter could be worth $46,900? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content about rare coins, collecting tips, and the stories behind some of the world's most valuable currency, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on the 2020 mint mark $quarter coin. This coin has garnered a lot of attention for its surprising market value. Currently, it can fetch around $40.900. Yes, you heard that right. Let's explore its history, value, and what makes it so special. So, if you're a collector or just curious about coin values, stick around. The 2020 $quarter features the reverse design commemorating the National Park of American Samoa. This design showcases a flying Samoan fruit bat, a symbol of the park's unique wildlife. The coin's obverse, or front side, retains the iconic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Now, the D mint mark indicates that this quarter was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's facilities responsible for manufacturing coins. But why should you care about this particular coin? Let's take a closer look. In 2020, due to the global pandemic, production at many mints was affected. The Denver Mint produced a limited number of these quarters, contributing to their rarity. The mintage figures show that about 151 million 2020 D quarters were made, but a combination of factors, including the unique design and market demand, has led to a surge in their value. Rarity plays a crucial role in a coin's value, and although millions were minted, collectors have started to take notice of the excellent condition of many 2020D quarters, particularly those graded MS65 and above. Now, let's talk about value. When the 2020D mint mark quarter first entered circulation, it was worth its face value of 25 cents. However, as collectors began to recognize its potential, prices started to climb. Fast forward to today, and high-quality examples of this coin are valued at around $40.900, depending on the coin's condition and grading. Coins that have been professionally graded by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS, fetch even higher prices. A quarter graded MS66 or higher has been known to reach values exceeding $100, depending on demand and the particular selling platform. If you're thinking of diving into collecting 2020D quarters, here are a few tips. First, always check the condition of your coins. Look for scratches, dents, or discoloration, as these can significantly impact the value. Next, consider getting your coins graded. While there's a fee associated with grading, a higher grade can mean a substantial return on investment. Also, keep an eye on market trends. Join coin collecting forums or online communities to stay updated on the latest sales and values. So, what does the future hold for the 2020D quarter? As with any collectible, market dynamics can shift. The demand for unique coins may increase as newer generations of collectors emerge, driving up prices. However, it's essential to note that not every coin will appreciate over time. Factors such as economic conditions and collector interests will play a role. To sum it up, the 2020D mint mark quarter dollar coin has proven to be a valuable addition to many collectors' portfolios. With its current market value of around $40.900, it's clear why this coin is drawing attention. If you have any 2020D quarters, make sure to evaluate their condition and consider getting them graded. Video: we're diving deep into a specific coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm, the 2008 P quarter dollar with a 1912 mint mark, which is now worth an astounding $60,900 in today's market. Is it a rare error coin? Or is there something special that makes it so valuable? Let's explore the fascinating history, key features, and current market value of this extraordinary coin. Before we get into the specifics of the 2008 P quarter dollar with a 1912 mint mark, let's take a moment to appreciate the rich history behind U.S. quarter coins. The quarter has been an essential part of U.S. currency since 1796, and over the centuries, it has evolved with different designs, mint marks, and metals. The most famous designs include the Liberty series, the Washington quarter, and most recently, the State and America the Beautiful quarters. By the 20th century, the Washington quarter became the standard, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. The Washington quarter has since seen many updates, but the significance of its mint marks and design details can make certain additions extraordinarily valuable. Now, what makes the 2008 P quarter dollar with the 1912 mint mark so special? To the average eye, it might look like any other quarter from that year, but upon closer inspection, this coin holds a rare anomaly that has sparked interest among collectors. The 1912 mint mark is clearly visible on a 2008 coin, which should be impossible. How did this happen? Here's where things get interesting. The P mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most important minting facilities in the United States. However, the year 1912 throws a curveball. In 1912, the Denver, D, San Francisco, S, and Philadelphia, P, mints were actively producing coins, but there was never supposed to be a 1912 mint mark on a quarter from 2008. So how did this error occur? Experts speculate that a rare stamping error, or even the reuse of old minting dies, might explain this mystery. This coin has skyrocketed in value, with one recently being sold for a staggering $60,900. Why such a high price? Let's break it down. Collectors place immense value on error coins, especially those with unique historical connections. The 2008 P quarter dollar with a 1912 mint mark falls into this category because it's an incredibly rare mule coin, one that was accidentally struck with mismatched dies or incorrect features. These coins are extremely rare, and their value lies in their uniqueness. With only a few of these ever discovered, the combination of scarcity, historical intrigue, and a high-grade condition has driven up the price. And of course, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they've never been circulated and retain their original luster, are worth much more. This particular 2008 P1912 mint mark quarter was graded in excellent condition by experts, which added significantly to its worth. Mint marks are small letters that represent where a coin was made. For instance, P represents the Philadelphia Mint, D is for Denver, and S stands for the San Francisco Mint. While they may seem like minor details, mint marks can greatly affect a coin's value, especially when errors or anomalies like the 1912 mark on the 2008 quarter occur. Understanding mint marks is key to coin collecting because they often hint at a coin's rarity and historical significance. As of today, the 2008 P quarter dollar with a 1912 mint mark holds an impressive market value of $60,900. But, as with all valuable coins, it's essential to authenticate it before considering any purchase or sale. If you think you've stumbled upon a rare coin, it's crucial to get it authenticated by a professional service such as PCGS or NGC. These organizations specialize in grading and verifying coins to ensure their legitimacy. If your coin is authentic and in pristine condition, you might be sitting on a goldmine. For those looking to buy or sell rare coins like the 2008 P quarter dollar with a 1912 mint mark, there are several reliable platforms to consider. Heritage auctions, Stax Bowers, and even eBay are popular marketplaces where rare coins are sold. If you're selling, make sure to have your coin properly graded and certified, as this will increase your chances of fetching the highest possible price. In summary, the 2008 P quarter dollar with the 1912 mint mark is a rare anomaly that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. Whether it's due to a minting error, historical significance, or its incredible condition, this coin's value has soared to an astounding $60,900 in today's market. If you're a coin enthusiast, this story shows just how important it is to examine the small details, because you never know, that ordinary-looking coin in your pocket could be worth a fortune. Fade out to the coin's close-up as it shines under the light, with the final shot being its $60,900 price tag on a market listing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more fascinating coin stories and market insights. Who knows, your next great treasure might be right in your pocket.